from YummyTecture TV. Today I'll be showing you how to make Scotch eggs. Now I think Scotch egg is British, but we do eat it in Nigeria. I am Nigerian, and we have it as a snack. We have it at events. We have it you can get it like at any fast food in Nigeria. So it's pretty much a staple snack. And it's pretty easy to make. A lot of people prefer to order it and buy it and have it at home, or but it's easy to make it. And I'm going to show you all the ingredients. It's not that many, and the process of making it. Alright, so I'm going to start with the most important part. You need hard-boiled eggs. I have 5 hard-boiled eggs here that I'll be using. I am also using pork sausage. You could use beef sausage. You could use veal sausage if you like veal, or chicken. And I'm not sure about chicken and turkey. Something you have to try. But you need sausage. I'm using all natural pork sausage. And you're going to need some flour. And basically there's no measurements for the flour and the panko. Now this is panko breadcrumbs. If you don't have panko is just the Japanese breadcrumbs. If you don't have panko, you could use any other breadcrumbs you have, or you could make yours. So simply toast the breadcrumbs and crush it when crumble it, or just use stale bread. So that makes breadcrumbs. And I'm gonna use some thyme. Now sausage is salty already, so you don't need salt, but just to flavor it, I use thyme. Now I'm gonna show you the following non-essential, meaning you could it's an option. You could skip this ones, but I just use it just because I like spicy food. So I use habanero peppers. Now don't be scared, I'm not using both. I'm only going to use this little one actually, and I'll show you how I'm going to use that. And onions, so just to flavor the meat. Like I said, it has salt already, so you don't need salt. So I'm going to use those 3 things to flavor: the thyme, the habanero peppers, and the onions. You're going to need an egg. Not boiled eggs, an egg for egg wash. And I'll show you how to use that as well. First, I'm going to make some space over here. Alright. So first we're going to put the sausage in the bowl. Just going to snip this. You could use if you buy one like this, you could use, what should we call it? A kitchen scissors. And just pipe it all out. You want it to be at room temperature. So this has been out for about 15 minutes. So you want it to be at room temperature. And there you go. Not room temperature actually, just cold, but not too cold. Alright. So I'm just going to break this down a bit. Alright, so I have my sausage in the bowl. Now, if you don't have sausage, just like I had it, you could get the ones with the links and just take the casing off and, put it in a bowl. Now, on this bowl, I'm going to break my egg carefully. Alright, so this one is going to serve as the egg wash, basically. That's what it's going to be. And now, like I said, I'm going to use 1 habanero pepper. And this is funny. This is a garlic press, but it just works whenever I need to, make really teeny bitty habanero pepper shoots. I don't know, but anyway, it works for me. It's a garlic press. You could just, chop it off. If it's too spicy, just skip it. So I don't need a lot. It's just literally that much. That is... hot. Alright, so we have that, and I'm going to add some onions as well in my garlic press, and let it shoot out the juices. Let's grab the rest of it. That's some serious pepper. Alright, so like I said, the thyme and all these things, they're just flavorings. You could use 1/8 of a teaspoon. I'm just going to grab a pinch of it and just sprinkle it. That's all you need. And I'm just going to work all this into the meat and put my gloves on, and we can get started. So now the thing about Scotch eggs is you could bake them. The good thing about them is you could bake them or fry them. Normally, traditionally, at least in Nigeria, we fry them. You fry it a little bit and then you could put it in the oven, or you could fry it all the way. But you need it to be crispy on the outside, and cooked on the inside. So I'm gonna need my eggs to be, I took the shell off and just patted it down so that it's dry. You don't want the water to separate from the meat. So if it's wet, the meat's gonna separate from the egg because there's water on it, because of the moisture. So I'm just gonna work this meat a little bit more so that all the ingredients kind of marry each other well. And then grab the egg. And so the way to do this, it's pretty funny, simple, is you pat it down on your palm, on your one palm, and then you wrap the egg like a gift. There you go. Just cover it as much as you can. You don't want to leave any holes exposed. Now, I've tried this with corned beef. I don't know, for those of you who know what corned beef is, it's in a can. It's a type of processed beef in a can. And so you could use corned beef because it's already cooked, so it makes it a little bit easier. And you don't season it at all because it's salty. And so you just wrap it in the egg just the way I'm doing this. And so the next step will be to roll it in. I'm going to move this bowl aside and just grab it as I need it. Bring the flour bowl forward. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to sprinkle some flour on it just so I can mold it better. There you go. So it's nicely coated and it's covered just like that. Now I'm going to roll it in the egg wash and then in the breadcrumbs, and that should be all set. So let's beat our eggs a little bit. Just like the sound of beating eggs. Sounds like breakfast time. Alright, so I'm just going to roll this in the egg wash. There you go. And it's funny how it works out, but if you're patient enough to do this, the end result is worth it. That's definitely worth it. So I'm gonna drop it in my breadcrumbs here and just roll it. Just make sure it's well incorporated, just like so. I wish you could smell the thyme and the onions. Just smell so yummy in here. And I'm gonna be frying this, like I said. You could just put this on a baking pan with parchment paper and just bake it. So that's another option. You're gonna bake it until it's golden brown. So think of it as maybe like at 350 degrees for like 15 to 20 minutes, and just keep an eye on it. So that's one of my Scotch eggs before it's fried. And the other thing you want to do is to put this in the fridge if you have the time. Put it in the fridge for about 10 minutes, just because everything is gonna like blend together and kind of create a shell of its own, like a hard shell with the flour and the eggs. And you could wait to put the panko when you bring it out of the fridge, but either way it's gonna work. So I'm just gonna lay this on my parchment paper. I'll get all the rest coated and I'll meet you right back here. Alright, so we have the egg rolled in the sausage out of the fridge. I just put it in there for like 3 minutes after I rolled it. So it's basically a little, it's from the little shell on the outside. I'm gonna drop this in hot oil. Now I'm using a shallow, kind of deep or shallow saucepan. You could use a deeper pot, a deep fryer, or like I said, just bake it. So I'm gonna pop this in and try not to burn myself. I think that's kind of a dangerous way of doing it, but it's the way I've done it, so it just works. I try to lay this flat till it holds itself, and I'll tell you why once it's done cooking. I want it to have a flat end to it. You could get a circle, you know, completely round ball. And I'm gonna drop all 5 of them just because it can fit in there. If it won't fit, you don't have to cook them all up at the same time. But because it fits, I'm gonna just add this last one and hope it doesn't go overboard. That's really tight. Now, don't cause a fire hazard because that could literally overflow and go over the stove. But I'm just gonna wait for it to cook properly on one side. You don't want the heat to be too high either. So just give it about, let's say, 4 minutes on each side. And we're just gonna watch it till it's golden brown. I'll flip it over. So basically, I've been using a fork to like turn it all this while. And it's cooked for about a total of 11 minutes. And just turning it around in the pot. It has a hard crust on it. I'm not sure if you can hear that, but it does have a hard crust on it. And it's nice and golden brown. But if you're ever in doubt or you want to keep it warm, I have left my oven on at 350. You could turn it down to about 200 and just pop it in the oven for about 10 minutes max. And so that will make sure it cooks all the way. It would actually also reduce the oil content. And so now I don't want it to brown too much. I'm just going to take it out. It's nice and golden brown. See the color of it. It's just simply beautiful. I'm going to put it on this parchment and paper towel lined pan. Just going to take them all out and just dump it in there. And that is beautiful, beautiful, well coated, crunchy on the outside and so delicious Scotch eggs. Do not be tempted to eat this hot. You don't want to do that. You don't want to even think about it. You want it to cool down. You want the juices to settle. You want the eggs and the meat to just relax and rest. And then you can cut into it and you can eat it and all that. So we have our Scotch eggs nicely made already. It's been frying and now it's done. Like I said, you could fry it or you could bake it. Either way, I fried this ones. And they're crispy on the outside because of the panko like I talked about. So I'm going to cut it so you can see how the inside looks and also show you how to plate it. Now, there's so many ways to plate this. You could put it in a bowl. You could put it in a platter. Either way works. This Valentine's Day is coming up. So I'm just going to show you some other ways. I have straws. I got the straws from, I think, Home Goods. One of those TJ Maxx, Home Goods, something like that. So you could get straws. You can get it online too at like bakery supply stores. I have the red and white. I also have popsicle sticks that I use for cake pops. And so I have made this little red ribbons to go with it. Now, I'm not too crafty, but give it a shot. I got the ribbon, the whole spool, for 45 cents at Walmart. So check it out. It's a really good deal. Now, that's it for the decor. So I'm just going to cut one in half. So you can see you can hear the crispiness. And there you go. Nice and beautiful. Look at that. It's well cooked all the way through. And the egg is intact. And they're together. It's not separating. You don't want the egg to pop out of this, you know. So there you have it. It's nice and golden brown on the outside. It's cooked perfectly on the inside. And it's going to be delicious. But before I taste this, I'm going to plate a few so you could see. Scoot all this together over here and this over here. I'm gonna grab my plate, put that over there. Try not to cut myself. All right. So as I was saying earlier, I try to put them down so they have a flat end, sort of like that. When I fry them, if you can reach, like, hold it and put it down, fine. If you can't, don't burn yourself. Just let it be. So basically, it can sit on its own. So that also has a flat end. And that one doesn't. This one does. Perfect. Just 3. Just 3 are good enough. Alright. So, it's a little bit oily. Don't worry about that. The longer it stays, the lesser the oil's gonna sip out of it. Alright. So you could use something like that and just poke a hole. Put it right in there. See, right in there. I mean, your guests are gonna love this. It's absolutely beautiful. It's just a little added decor. I think it looks great. So this is how I like to entertain, and I hope you enjoy it. There you go. See, that is absolutely pretty. Now this might not, I mean, you could add some sprinkles, and at the end of this you might see a picture of it where I'll add some sprinkles, some heart shaped sprinkles. You could do that. You honestly don't have to. And just to show you another option where it's being a little tacky here, but it should work. Alright, so I cut that into, you could also just put that. See, that is absolutely beautiful. And your guests are going to appreciate it too. Kids are going to love to do that. So there you go. There it is. And that is my delicious, I can't wait to eat Scotch egg. You watch me have a bite of this. This is going to be delicious. Just heavenly. Thank you so much for joining me today on YummyTecture TV. Again, my name is Titilaya Delaya, and I really appreciated your time. Have a nice day, and I hope you try this. Happy Valentine's Day.